Hi and welcome everyone. In this video, we'll see 5 ways, yes, 5 ways to combine Tableau datasets. In fact, Tableau offers much more ways to combine data with respect to the competition. Comment and let me know who are the competitors. So the first way we can combine two datasets is by relationship. This was introduced in 2020.2. If you are having a Tableau desktop older than that, you will not find this feature. But as you see, I'm in the data source pane and I drag book sheet from a bookshop dataset. If I drag author, as I drag author, you can see there is a relationship going to establish automatically. So Tableau suggested that from book you have author ID and author you have author ID. So the columns are matching. Tableau recommended to go with this. You can also customize it as per your liking. Can also do performance option if you know what is cardinality and referral integrity are. For now, we will close this, and by default, the author dataset selected, and you see all the columns for author dataset. If I click on book, you see book has 3 columns: book ID, title, and ID, author ID. Virtually, these two are not joined, but they are linking to each other based on author ID column. So this is how relationship form. If I drag, let's say, checkouts, you can see the same thing is happening here. You'll find a book ID as a referral, as a key. It will join it, or should I say, you'll find a relationship. You can see the columns from checkouts. There's no physical data merged going on. It's just a virtual thing happening. You can go to a sheet, you can create author ID and is writing per day, a bar chart if you want. Simple as sort it by alphabetical. I failed descending. Eventually this is gonna look like this. Simple one. If I go back to data source, if I remove author, or should I remove checkouts? Yeah, let's remove checkouts. So the next way you can join two data sets is by join. It was present from long time, the join concept in Tableau. So if you double click any of this data set, suppose in this case book, then a new window will open, a new camera will open. Here you can drag a column. Sorry, here you can drag a data set, and if you remove or leave the data set here, it will give you an option like the possible join options like SQL. In SQL, you have inner, left, right, and full join. The same goes here. The default name is title for the book and the title in award. So it combined the two data sets based on the title. In this case, the data is physically, yes, physically merged, and you are looking at a bigger data set here as compared to relationship. It merges the data. Duplication or data loss is possible in join because book has 3 columns and award has 3 columns. But if you join it as a table, it is much more. It holds a larger data set and the size is also big compared to a relationship. Go with relationship unless there's a need for that, you want to join a left or right join, then go for a join. So it will perform the same as relationship. So let me remove this and go back. The third way you can combine two data sets is by unioning the two data sets. In this case, I will drag author below the book. You see the author ID and the other columns which are present on author, as well as book ID and the title, which are the column present in book dataset, are here. So union will stack the data vertically. What do I mean by that? In book ID and title and author ID are part of book dataset. If I scroll down, you can see the actual book data starts from here. Book ID, title, and author ID. Remaining will be none. Tableau by default creates this two column, sheet and table name, to distinguish which comes from which data source. So all the values from the author dataset will be null unless there is a column match. So in this case, the column match happen to happen on author ID. So this is all the columns, all the values you will get combined, or you can say uh, attached vertically, one below the other. This is how unioning does. Yes, potential duplication is possible here also, and you only do if there is a certain need for that. Combining a two data set with union is rare, but you can do it if there is certain requirement. The fourth way you can combine two data set in Tableau is by blending the two data set. So here I have a bookshop data set and a different data set, C data. In C data I have country and profit, and also bookshop I have established a relationship between book and author. If I want to establish a blend in between these two data sets, I have to go to data and edit blend relationship. Instead of automatic, I have to do custom and have to select add. So I will select country and country to establish a blend between those two data sets. So blend never truly combines the data. The result is aggregated and then it's able to join or match the two data sets. What I mean by that is if you select on the country, there's a link showing here. Stop using country as linking field. This is a linking field, and through this you can establish a connection between these two data sets. For example, the sheet 3 has data of bookshop, but if I want to add this sheet 1 values, this profit to here, let me do that. Yeah, it's going to happen because there's a linking involved in this, but you can see there is a icon placed here, symbol dataset. A dataset symbol is there, like the one you can see it here. So this means that is blended. So the data between these two are blended. So why is it required? You can ask. If your data is published in Tableau server in .hyper format, then you cannot do a join, you cannot do a relationship. The only way in that case you can do is by blending those two data sets. So Tableau, not sure why, but don't have the capability now to form a blend, to form a relationship or a join using the .hyper files. So in that case, blend is very crucial. Blend is very important. You can use blend to join the two data set. The fifth and the final way to combine Tableau data set is by parameters. Yeah. it is true. You can combine, or I should say you can connect a two data source using parameters. Let me show you how. So I have done this already to simplify it and to save time at the same time. Using bookshop dataset, I pulled country of residence in rows and hours writing per day in text. You can see this because there's a filter column is added in the filter. So why I did that? So the only metric, I should say, parameters can talk to different data sets. Yes, I can show you how. I have created a parameter, can edit it and show you using country field. Yes, country field of one data source, which is sheet 1 C data, and you can see the list of values. If I select sheet 1, you can see the same parameter, not the same table columns here, but the parameter. When I click on bookshop, you can see the same parameter, the different columns in the table. So the same parameter can talk into dataset, two or more dataset. So I created a filter column. I can show where I say country is equal to parameter, and here it is placed as true. So it is now by default selected Brazil. So I have placed it using sheet 1 data source, also a filter, same column I've created here, calculated column, and it is true. So if I go to dashboard and I use that parameter China, the entire dashboard is showing the parameter value based on this parameter selection. So this parameter is talking to two data set here, which is bookshop 1 and the second one is sheet 1. If there is no relationship, there's no way you can establish a relationship between the two data sets. You can use parameter there. One of my subscriber asked me that how can I connect the two data source without having a relationship or a common column? The answer is parameter. You can further go to a dashboard action and establish a change parameter here. And when I click based on select, that parameter will change. You can do so many things out of that. So keep in mind, you can achieve so many things using parameters. Parameters are highly underrated when connecting to data source. So even you have to filter it. You can use action filters there by going to dashboard and action. You can add filters and you can use it here also based on that calculated column which is connected to the parameter. So these are the 5 ways you can connect a two data set in Tableau. The takeaway, I should say, use default relationship if data is nice and structured, blend if data source is hosted in Tableau server, parameter actions if you want to talk to two data source having no connection.